Because we have had an absolutely gigantic amount of people that have basically flooded the southern border, our wide open southern border, I might add, okay, from places that do not border the United States of America. Not at all. Like, not even close, okay? West Africa, East Africa, North Europe, East Europe, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal. Guys, there's a party down there right now, guys. Why not? It's open. Right? It's a catch and release program going on here, guys. Right? Now, to my knowledge, if we're specifically talking about China, we're probably talking about somewhere circling 40 to 45,000, maybe 35,000, in that range, right, of Chinese migrants that have come to the United States of America. This video states, based off the title at least, the U.S. deports 116 Chinese migrants in the first large flight in 5 years. 116 Chinese migrants out of maybe 45,000 or so, somewhere in there, right? Seems like a minuscule number. When I see that number, I'm somewhat befuddled here, right? But not really. The problem here is that China does not accept the people that have defected back to their country, right? So I'm guessing this is why we're seeing such a minuscule amount of people. These are probably the only ones that they're allowing back into China. I'm guessing they're needed for something, right? They're not the common Joe from mainland China. But either way, just a suggestion via Discord. Let's go and check this video out, guys.
A new report suggests the Department of Homeland Security is starting to take stronger measures against Chinese migrants. Last year saw a surge of Chinese nationals entering the country illegally from Mexico, with border officials arresting more than 37,000. That is 10 times the number in 2022. Well, this week, Homeland Security said it deported more than 100 Chinese migrants using a special charter plane headed directly to China. This is the first such flight in 5 years. And for more on this, we are joined by Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, Sheriff of Terrell County, Texas. I appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks for making the time.
Howdy, Natasha. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the charter flight in just a moment, but why are we seeing this surge of Chinese nationals crossing the border? What has changed?
You know, and you're right with those stats. You know, you look at 2018 to 2022, there was just over 6,500 Chinese nationals that crossed the southwest border. And then the last 2 years, you know, we're upwards of about 60,000. We've already surpassed last year's fiscal number of Chinese nationals that entered. And even more of a stat is that they're catching more Chinese than they are Mexican nationals in San Diego. So, you know, it's because they know our border's open and now's the time to come. They've got to get here now if they're going to get here at all.
You think they're receiving?
Yes, that's what he just said is literally it, right? The majority of them are spending a gigantic amount of money to actually come in here, so I'm guessing they still have money left over to actually live. So I'm guessing also the reason why they're coming is not the same reason why some of the individuals from Venezuela are coming. Keep that in mind here, all right? The small amount of money that we're giving to the people doesn't really mean much to them. But all right.
Receiving the message that now
there's another reason.
Certainly. I mean, if you look at any news, of course, here in the United States, throughout the world, I mean, all countries throughout the world are utilizing and exploiting the Mexican border to make entry into the United States.
Right.
So they're certainly aware of it. And, you know, we're going to continue to see this until we get a new president in the White House.
Is there any indication, have there been any new numbers showing that Biden's executive order has worked in tamping down some of the surge of specifically Chinese nationals crossing the border?
Specifically Chinese.
You know, and the left's going to tell you that the numbers are one way, the right's going to tell you that they're another way, but I'm going to tell you, again, I was a 26-year Border Patrol veteran. We're still seeing apprehensions at numbers we've never seen before. And this year we're at I think about 1.4 million, just under that, for illegal alien apprehensions. I'm not sure if that even includes the CBP-1 app, illegal aliens that they've allowed to come in utilizing that app. But you know,
the CBP-1 app, those individuals are not the same as the ones who are just literally flooding the border. These people do not care about any rules or regulations at all. The CBP-1 app, those I'm almost positive these are not considered illegal immigrants, guys. They're not. They're just immigrants. The ones that you see at the border are illegal.
still on track to have another year, probably close to 2 million. That is 2 million too many.
Okay. What is the specific concern in your mind with border crossers who are from China?
I don't foresee them, really having some sort of terrorist attack like we had on 9/11.
Right.
Certainly, there are some other countries that are exploiting the border and may do that, but I see more so the Chinese, and I've had some discussions with some people that, they're looking more at cybersecurity. Our financial systems are all, electronically controlled. Some of our infrastructure, if not most of our infrastructure, is electronically controlled. So, I'm more concerned about cybersecurity warfare here in the United States that they'll conduct.
Understood. Are you concerned about the increasingly close relationship between the Sinaloa cartel and China?
Most certainly, and I'm glad you asked that because, again, the Sinaloa cartel is the one that continues to smuggle the most amount of fentanyl, and the fentanyl's coming in through California and Arizona and then making its way across the entire United States.
That's a great connection, right? Because a lot of the fent is basically coming from East Asia, right? And obviously, if the Sinaloa are the ones that are the ones who are bringing it in mass, oh no, that's a great correlation. I mean, that sounds more realistic than the concept of like the cyber issues and things like that. I don't want to put that on them specifically, right? But if we're referring to fent-oriented things, then that sounds more likely. It's a lot of money, a lot more money in that than some of these cyber things.
Fentanyl's coming in through California and Arizona and then making its way across the entire United States. If that relationship continues to increase, I predict we'll start seeing even more fentanyl coming across our borders. And look, we've had a lot of illegal aliens that have killed American citizens here in the past several months, but fentanyl continues to kill hundreds of thousands of Americans a year. And I'll tell you, those people that are being poisoned from fentanyl, they look like me or you. They look just like my kids. This is something we need to get a hold on, and we need to do it soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, and removing the stigma is so important. It's in every single U.S. community. There is no community that is immune to this. Let's talk about this charter flight. It is the first large charter flight in 5 years like this. Do we need to see this more frequently? And is this deportation of 116 Chinese nationals significant?
No.
I mean, how does it compare with the number of apprehensions that you're seeing?
And you said it right there. Look, the amount of apprehensions versus a flight of 100 plus. This administration, they've lied to us about the border.
Yeah, it seems like this administration just like symbols.
If they're willing to lie to us about that, then what else are they willing to lie to us about? Many other things have gone on, the secret flights into the U.S. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but, they haven't been truthful to us yet. So I'm not real confident in those flights increasing.
Yeah. Apolitically, what do you want Americans to understand what you and your colleagues are seeing on the ground every day in Texas right now?
Well, Natasha, again, I spent 26 years in the United States Border Patrol. I've lived my entire life on the U.S.-Mexico border, other than my time in the United States Air Force and my time at Washington, D.C. Border Patrol headquarters. I'm a sheriff on a border, and it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat or what. My
it's happening, bro.
After my constituents.
Right.
I don't care what you call yourself, who you are. I don't have an agenda. Look, I don't give you speaking points from the Department of Homeland Security or from Governor Abbott in Texas. My speaking points are from my own experience, and what we've seen the last 3.5 years is something we've never seen before along our southwest border with Mexico.
Thank you for watching. Go to News.
Guys, he doesn't seem like unhinged or like specifically biased by any means here. He's just telling you exactly, kind of what's actually happening there, guys. I mean, I read some of the comments, guys. In fact, and there are people who are like, "Bro, this is not happening as the videos that you're watching say it's how it's happening, bro. It's happening." Right? Like, it literally is happening. Trust me, I was just like you before you guys started sending me these videos. I'm telling you. Now I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. All right, this is nuts. This is too much here. All right, like so for example, I've experienced like this type of thing in Europe, right? Like specifically when we have like West Africans and East Africans coming specifically through the border in Spain, right? And I think it was Melilla, maybe. But it was happening in Spain, but in like a small section of Morocco, let's say, right? Where people basically jump the border and then they are now in Europe, even though they're still kind of in Africa, and they can kind of have freedom of movement all around Europe, right? So my experience is like seeing this kind of thing firsthand. Well, it's craziness, guys. Like, if you don't know what it looks like, I don't think you know how to look for it, guys, if that makes any sense. But all right, guys, listen, let me know in the comments what you guys think, as usual. I'll try to respond to as many of you guys as humanly possible. All right, and you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Definitely keep sending me these videos, guys. Seriously. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.